UFC 239, Jones versus Santos is next weekend, and we're going to break down the entire card, start to finish, starting with the early prelims. Fight 1, Julia Avila versus Melissa Gatto. I don't give a fuck, and no one gives a fuck, so we'll move on. Ismail Nuradiev versus Chancery Contra. I'm going with Ismail Nuradiev. I'm very happy with him. 18-2. I think he's 22 years old. He's very fucking young to have a record of 18-2. He won his UFC debut very impressively. I'm going to give it to Ismail Nuradiev. Edmund Shabajaban versus Jack Marshman. Jack Marshman is from the UK. He's from Wales. He's about a 3-hour drive away from me. I think he's shit. So come and get me. Edmund's going to piece him up because his name is Edmund. And he's named after the world's best coach. Let's be honest. Expect to see a lot of head movement out of Shabajaban. Okay, he's going to be my prospect spotlight this week. 9-0, undefeated guy coming up in the middleweight. Middleweight needs new contenders. And he's the guy we're all looking at. Edmund Shabajaban gets the job done by a second round TKO. Prelims. Alejandro Perez versus Song Yadong. I'm going to go with Song Yadong. I think he's the younger guy. He's been putting together some good wins in the UFC. Very impressive wins as well. He's been finishing guys at bantamweight, so... And he's Asian. And I'm not racist. So we're going with Song Yadong, okay? No more questions. Song Yadong gets it done by second round TKO. Alejandro Perez, good. Not that good. Claudia Gadelha versus Randa Marcos. Claudia Gadelha. Even though I know she's shit, Randa Marcos is also shit. Okay? She's very bad. And so's Claudia Gadelha. But Claudia Gadelha, you know, she's, she's doing the right things to get good fights and good opportunities. So, she's still in the UFC. She's had rough times recently, but I think she's going to get this job. She's just going to get the job done purely based on athleticism. She's a fighter. The other girl isn't. She's 9-6. What the fuck is she doing in the UFC? Get her the fuck out. That should be how it works. But, you know, whatever. She has nice tits and she has coloured her hair. So, she's going to stay in the UFC for a very long time. Sean O'Malley versus Marlon Vera. Oh, it hurts. It's still too soon. Never mind. I would have loved to have seen that, but... Oh, well. You know. Tainted weed, apparently. Gilbert Melendez versus Arnold Allen. Gilbert Melendez, I know he's a legend. He's complete and utter fucking shit. He's 1-6 in the UFC, if you didn't know. Yes, he's back from the Strikeforce days. Yes, people look at him as a legend. Why? Why? I don't get why people look... Oh, because he beat Diego Sanchez. A lot of people have beaten Diego Sanchez. Okay? Well done. You beat Diego Sanchez and you almost got finished in the third round. You've lost every fight since then. Arnold Allen. Different story. 5-0 in the UFC, coming out of England. My guy. From my home country. Coming out of England, 5-0. Trains in Canada at TriStar, I believe. 14-1. Very promising. Very promising. He's got good wins as well in the division. It's not like he's just beating tin cans. You know what I'm saying? He's the only guy to beat Amir Khani in the UFC. Yes, it was by a split decision, but he clearly won the fight. And Amir Khani's a savage himself. So Arnold Allen's on the rise. And I think he's not going to get the finish, but he's going to dominate Gilbert Melendez over 3 rounds. I think he's going to be patient. He's going to pick apart Melendez at the start of the rounds. And at the end of each round, watch what Arnold Allen does. He does this to steal rounds on the scorecards. He's going to come out like a crazy person at the end of the round, swinging wild, and secure himself every round to get the unanimous decision win. 30-27. Arnold Allen's going to get the job done. 5-0 in the UFC, soon to be 6-0. After he wins this, give him a fucking top 15. He's ran through the fucking ringer. I know there's a thing about don't rush guys, but you also don't fucking hold them back too long. Because all it takes is one punch and your star power's gone. You know what I'm saying? Arnold Allen is going to get the job done by unanimous decision 30-27. And Ngannou versus Dos Santos not on the card. Diego Sanchez versus Michael Chiesa. I don't really care. But it's a good fight. It's a very good fight. Michael Chiesa is going to have a significant size advantage. I think that's going to win him the fight. He has terrible striking, but so does Diego Sanchez. Diego Sanchez is very good scrapper, though. You know what I'm saying? If you turn the fight into a brawl, he will thrive. If you try and pick him apart, you will pick him apart unless you get tired. You know what I'm saying? So, if Michael Chiesa tries to turn this into a bit of a brawl, Diego Sanchez is going to come out on top, but I don't think that Chiesa is going to do that. I think he's going to be very strategic. I think he's going to keep his range. I think he's going to try and land a big shot and then come under with a takedown and try and dominate Diego Sanchez on the ground. Both guys have good jiu-jitsu, but a 10-pound size advantage. Doesn't matter how good your jiu-jitsu are, you're going to win on the ground. You know what I'm saying? If it's any way even in jiu-jitsu and one guy's 10 pounds bigger, he's going to win when it comes to the ground. I'll go with Michael Chiesa getting the submission in the second round by... I'll say he gets it done by a Darce choke. Okay, I think there's going to be a scramble and they'll be in a north-south position. Michael Chiesa gets the job done by Darce choke in the second round. Watch it fucking happen. Luke Rockhold versus Jan Blachowicz. I'm going with Luke Rockhold. I have to follow my morals. Okay, a long time ago, I bet on every guy that moves up in weight to win their fight. The only guy I've been wrong about is Max Holloway. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go with Luke Rockhold. I think the problems that he had at 185 are going to be fixed by him being at 205. You know what I'm saying? He's very big at 185. But the problems he had, what was it? Couldn't take shots. Well, he could take shots. Anyone who gets hit flush by Yoel Romero that's not named Robert Whittaker is going to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? But he got hit and he went down and he went out cold. Fair enough. I think at 205 he's going to have a much better chin. I think he's had a lot of time off since he got knocked out, which is a really good thing. He's had his knees stitched up and his shins fixed and had them time to recover, which was a problem for him in a lot of his fights. And if you don't know, he fucking damaged his shin real fucking bad in the Yoel Romero fight. How can you blame him? Yoel Romero is made out of fucking stone, so... I'm going to go with Luke Rockhold, though. I saw what Gustafsson was able to do with Jan Blachowicz on the ground. I think Luke Rockhold's going to be doing the same thing. Even if he can't do it because Gustafsson's a lot bigger than him, I think Luke Rockhold actually might get a finish here. I think he's going to do what he did to Machida, put Jan Blachowicz on the ground, and where Gustafsson was just going to hold Blachowicz there, I think Rockhold's going to be able to maybe not hold Blachowicz there as much. There's going to be some scrambles, but Rockhold has better jiu-jitsu than Gustafsson, is what I'm trying to say. Much better, you know? And I think he's going to be able to control Blachowicz a little bit, but he's definitely going to be able to finish Blachowicz where Gustafsson couldn't in the past. So that's what I'm comparing this to. You know what I'm saying? Blachowicz was doing well against Santos before he got knocked out, but even still, he got knocked out in his last fight. It's going to be here who gets hit first and who recovers better. What I want to see from Luke Rockhold in this fight, and I know a lot of you guys agree with me, I don't want to see Luke Rockhold get in there, ragdoll Jan Blachowicz, take him down and just submit him straight away. I don't want to see that. I want to see a striking match in the first round where they're both trading shots, trading kicks perhaps. Blachowicz has good fucking kicks, so Rockhold has to be careful. Trading shots, I want to see Rockhold get tagged clean with a big shot in the first round, and I want to see him eat it well. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him return fire, and I want to see him stay composed. That's what I want to see if I'm looking for improvements in Rockhold at 205. Then in the second round, I think he's going to start putting on the pressure, pushing Jan Blachowicz up against the cage after Jan Blachowicz tries to kick him, take him down, have his way with him, and eventually get a rear naked choke finish or the ground and pound finish by taking Jan Blachowicz's back. Done. Jorge Masvidal versus Ben Askren. This is the main event for me. I don't give a fuck about which middleweight Jones is fighting next. Masvidal versus Askren. It sucks because Masvidal has done no media, which kind of annoys me, but then again, it's Masvidal, so he does what the fuck he wants. He's going to have to pack a 4-piece. I'm saying he's going to need a 4-piece and so to deal with Askren, because Askren's got quite a bit of body fat. You know? I look to the Maia fight here, and I think to myself, yes, Maia was able to control Masvidal, but was he able to finish the fight in any way or get a submission off in any way? And if Maia is on you, on the ground, and he isn't able to get a submission, Ben Askren sure as fuck isn't going to be able to get a submission. You know what I'm saying? He may be able to control Jorge, but I don't think he's going to be able to get a submission. And I think Jorge's been training at ATT. They're fucking full of savages and wrestlers. I don't know, man. This is a risky one for me. This is a very risky one, but I'm going to put my neck out on the line here and I'm going to go with Masvidal. I think, and I'll say this again, his time off before the Darren Till fight, I thought it was going to be a hindrance, but it was the best thing that ever happened to him. His time off let him heal injuries. He had a lot of injuries before the Darren Till fight. It let him heal all of them. I can't remember what he listed, but I know he had a problem with his shoulder, he had a problem with his knee, and he got them all fixed in that time off. It also let him build himself into the weight class a bit more. Because when I saw him and Darren Till, I thought, Masvidal's he's gonna be too small. You know what I'm saying? Darren Till's gonna bully him around. He's gonna Cerrone Masvidal, because Masvidal was just a 55er. Masvidal isn't a 55er anymore, okay? He's a legit 170 pounder. He's a big guy, and against Till, the size disparity wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. And he looked like a real good welterweight. So I think he's going to give Ben Askren some problems and maybe find a finish in the second or first round. I think Askren's just too bad on the feet, man. He's just terrible on the feet. You know what I'm saying? You have to be a well-rounded fighter, and there's no better well-rounded fighter in the fucking game of welterweight than Jorge Masvidal right now. There's a couple that can match him. You know what I'm saying? I know you know who they are. But I think Jorge Masvidal, when it comes to well-rounded, he can do it all. You know what I'm saying? And I think Ben Askren's going to have some trouble here. And this will tell us a lot, because if Ben Askren can't ragdoll Masvidal, we know Colby can. And Colby takes down Masvidal with ease whenever he fucking wants to. Because we've seen the training videos. We've seen the argument they had in their apartment when they were like wrestling with each other. And Colby was like, want to go down again, boy? Took him down again whenever he wanted to. Talking shit to him the entire time. So if Askren can't take down Jorge, we're really going to get... It's nice to have a common opponent, because we're really going to see where does Askren's wrestling match up with Colby's or Usman's. Because I'm assuming that Colby's and Usman's are on the same level, if not Usman's a bit better, because he's a lot larger and a lot stronger than Colby. But Colby has better pacing, I'd say. But Askren, is he on the same wrestling level as Usman and Colby? Because yes, it's all good credentials, but if you're a fat fuck, the guy with muscles and the guy with better conditioning is going to do better than you all day, every day, because he's stronger, he's faster, he's more explosive. So technique can only get you so far, and credentials can only get you so far. I'm going to go with Jorge Masvidal here. I think he's going to get the job done in the first or second round. Amanda Nunez versus Holly Holm. Jesus, I'm not ready for this. I'm going with Holly Holm. I think she's going to get the job done. I think she's a big 35er. I think she's very well-rounded now in MMA. We saw her against Megan Anderson. She was able to control the fight on the ground, but then again, Megan Anderson doesn't even know what the ground is. You know what I'm saying? It must be because she's from Australia, bottom half of the world. You know, no idea what they're standing on. Amanda Nunes, very explosive in the first round. I think Holly Holm's seasoned enough as a striker to avoid the onslaught in the first two rounds from Nunez, and as we've seen over and over again in Nunez's fights. We've seen it over and over again. Both the Shevchenko fights. You know what I'm saying? We saw it against her and Kat Zingano. She has an early onslaught, and then she tires and slows down in the third, fourth, fifth round. Dramatically. Okay? I think Holly Holm in those third, fourth, and fifth round is going to be in supreme condition, and she's going to be able to weather the storm in the first two. She's going to lose the first two rounds, but I think she's going to get the last three and defeat Amanda Nunes by unanimous decision. And that's what I think. 50-49 all across the board. 3 rounds to Holly, 2 rounds to Nunez. We'll see if I'm right. John Jones versus the next middleweight that he's completely outsizing. How do I get excited for this? He's facing another middleweight that's 21-6 and 35 years old. He completely outsizes Thiago Santos. I don't know anymore, man. I'm just losing more and more interest every time Jones fights, to be honest with you. Doesn't challenge himself. Yes, Thiago Santos is dangerous and he has a chance of knocking out John Jones. But most likely what's going to happen here is John Jones is going to piece him apart with kicks from the outside. Santos is going to be swinging at nothing. And Jones is going to pick him apart and wrestle him and ragdoll him for 5 rounds. I don't know anymore, man. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, great stuff. I think John Jones is going to get the job done by unanimous decision. If not, I think he'll finish Thiago Santos in the 4th and 5th round. I don't give a fuck about this fight. If anything, I hope Santos wins because it will create some interest in a rematch, perhaps. But Jones, too big, heavyweight size, cutting down to light heavyweight, beating a bunch of middleweights. He last beat Anthony Smith. Yeah, just constant middleweight fights. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you look at John Jones' record. Let's actually go through Jones' record here. 31 years old. You look at Jones's record, you're talking Anthony Smith in his last fight. Chael Sonnen is a middleweight that sticks to mind that John Jones has fought and completely outsized. Gustafson's a fine fight. OSP's a fine fight. DC's a fine fight. Glover Teixeira, old fucking man. Chael Sonnen, Vitor Belfort, middleweight. Rashad Evans, fat light heavyweight, but he's really a middleweight. Lyoto Machida, middleweight. Shogun Hua, let's face it, a middleweight, but he doesn't like to cut any weight. I just don't know, man. I'm just losing hope for John Jones. I think he's going to make this boring, and I think he's going to be a finish in the 4th or 5th round. And I think everyone's going to be hoping and praying that he, for once, moves up in weight to heavyweight, just for a bit of interest, and takes on the winner of Stipe versus DC, the rematch. I don't want to see DC versus Jones at light heavyweight. I've already seen it twice. And whether you say, oh, he's on roids the second time. Well, apparently he wasn't, and I saw what I needed to see anyway. You know what I'm saying? Roids didn't really... I was angry at the time when I heard about it, but now it's come out and it seems to be a bit more often that this is happening with MMA fighters. You've seen it with Sean O'Malley. I've seen what I need to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, DC can't beat Jones at light heavyweight, and the more DC waits and the more time that goes on, the worse the matchup gets for DC, because he's not getting any younger, and Jones is entering his prime. I don't know, man. I just don't think DC's... I think the only way DC wins is at heavyweight. Jones will never in his fucking life move up to fucking heavyweight, and it pisses me off. He doesn't have to go up to heavyweight. He could stay here and destroy light heavyweights his entire life. And we've got light heavyweights to come. We've got a lot of prospects in the light heavyweight division. Jim Crute making his debut in the rankings against that Canadian guy. Can't remember his name. The Canadian guy that got knocked out by Johnny Walker in the first... Misha Serkinov. Jim Crute's facing him. Jim Crute's a surgeon contender, 2-0 in the UFC. You got Johnny Walker, who's making a fucking wave in the UFC. Who else is there? Alexander Rakic is making a wave in the UFC. Dominic Reyes, although he's had some close fights, he's another contender to look out for. There's a big guy. I just think I'd love to see Jones, instead of wiping out the division and making it a stale fucking weight class, go to heavyweight after this, if you win, which I hope you do. Actually, I don't. I hope Santos wins, so it's more interesting. Go to heavyweight when you win. Okay? Fight there, and give the division time to marinate, like a fine roast chicken. Okay? I don't want him to be like, right, I'm back, who's next? Johnny Walker, you're ranked number 11. Completely not ready for a title fight. Yeah, I'll take on you next. You're the next guy. You know what I'm saying? Because that's stupid. I don't want to see you guys rush to the title like that. I want Jones to go to heavyweight for like 6 months. Give these guys another 2 fights each that are rising through the division. Okay? Have Jones come back and let there be a clear-cut, fucking earned title fight for him that's not fucking floating around the top 10 area, that's earned his way through and beat everyone they put in front of him. That's a legit threat for Jones. I don't want to see this shit. Well done, you beat Blachowicz. That doesn't get you a fucking title fight, but apparently it does now in this empty fucking division of middleweights. And add Rockhold and Weidman to the middleweight mix as well. What was this video even about? Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I think this was a prediction video. Jones wins by 4th or 5th round TKO. See you later. Goodbye. You can subscribe now. It'll be right there.